My name's Oliver Matson. I was born in Los Angeles in 1976. My dad was Dale T. Matson. He used to work for Mr. Aaron Spelling and Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Used to be a biker too. Used to hang out with people like the Hollywood Vampires. Used to go to the Troubadour. He played in sessions with somebody by the name of Jim Croce, and he played during times when people like David Bowie and a lot more were in the house. He was a graphic artist and did typesetting for motion picture companies and graphics and things like that. He did the end credits for a Dean Koontz movie called The Demon Seed, and he also worked on PR for things like The Love Boat, Charlie's Angels, and stuff like that. He developed a Princess Cruise Lines logo. He was about to get into going way more wealthy, but he was diagnosed with terminal kidney failure. He passed away at the age of 47 up here in Ukiah, California, where I live currently. I've been picked on all my life. My first head injury occurred when I was 3. My last one occurred on September 30th. I make very bad decisions. My first concussion happened when I was 3. It happened on Christmas Day at the Presbyterian Church in Los Angeles, California. I was thrown off of a slide and off the top of the slide and cracked the back of my head open. Since then, memory's not been easy. After that, I didn't get messed with very much except for depression. My dad passed away when I was 6 years old, 3 days before my 7th birthday. At age 47, up here in Ukiah, California. Since moving north, it hasn't been easy. I got picked on a lot because of my separation. A lot of my separation was due to the depression. The sadness started when I was about 3 years old, when I started to get picked on by my dad and the people around me and kids in my preschool, because of the fact that I knew that my dad was going to die. We knew this when I was 1 or so. I learned how to read when I was 2 or so though, and I had my library card at about 2 or 2.5. Books used to help me get away from what was happening. A lot of the time, that's why I use video games and film and music as separation devices, to be able to get me away from the physical pain and the real things that are happening in my life. Moved to Lake County in 1989 because my mom wanted to be by my grandma and grandpa, her parents. But right before we did that, I went down to Southern California, and I went to Burbank, and I got some contact cards from DIC, Big D, Little I, Big C. It's an animation company that was run by Ayam Saban and Shukalevi, who did cartoons like The Real Ghostbusters and Heathcliff and Kid Video, You can go ahead and Google that, okay? Uh, and I also got cards from Warner Brothers for contact stuff. My first those little my first jail pictures, or whatever they call them, arrest pictures, or I can't remember the name of them, were taken in Warner Brothers lot in 1989. I was drinking martinis from the Night Court set. They caught me. And that was the same day that I got my contact cards from Warner Brothers and DIC. But anyway, we moved to Lake County in December of 1989 from Calpella, California, after me doing 2 semesters of acting classes and doing a couple semesters of Shakespeare and doing summer stock. We moved over to Lake County, which was the worst thing ever. I started getting robbed, and things basically went to shit from there. I started getting robbed in the 80s and 90s there. 90s heavy. I developed a role-playing game and a script for a couple of plays, and they didn't get work done at all. Let's see. Worked my ass off. When I was in 89 to 91, I worked for a computer shop called Ecologic. Then I got into Apple hardware. Applied for a job at Apple, applied for a job at Atari. Got offered the job at Atari in 91. Couldn't take it because I was working with trying to get my mom a house and keep everything safe there. Worked from 5 in the morning till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, cleaning houses with my mom for her janitorial business, as well as helping to clean up the post offices there in Lake County. And then continued through college, went through a bunch of crap, got into the Dungeons and Dragons group, got thrown out of the Dungeons and Dragons group in 95 by Andrew Tobin, who said that I was a piece of shit and didn't want me around him, out in the fucking snow, like a week before Christmas, in 1995. That sucked ass. It felt stupid and bad and very emotional. In 2000, his chick came and hit on me. I should have picked that up and ran with it. But she was still married to him at the time, and I said I couldn't do that because in the eyes of God I would be wrong. How stupid was I? After I got thrown out of the D&D group in 1995, the loss amounted. Got worse and worse. I started doing methamphetamine with Jeremy Bryant in 96. That led me to meet up with his friends who broke into my house, evidently, or not. Heard that from Pat Barber or O'Brien or whatever. Patrick. Friends with Matt Elliott and all those guys who thought I was a piece of shit and called me names and told me I was gay and told everybody else I was gay and made me look like crap. So then my house got robbed in 97, got my head bashed in. Worse brain problems, bad judgment, got involved with an infomaniac named Cheryl in 2001, who's just sitting around. Met up with this guy Vince Cavan, who got arrested for fucking a 16-year-old in 2003. But let me tell you about Vince Cavan's friends. Vince Cavan's friends named Jeff, and he was a security guard at Canocti Harbor Inn Resort and Spa. They had a quote unquote band named the Soccer Mom Pimps. Soccer Mom Pimps weren't really a band. They wanted me to go over there so that they could fuck Cheryl. So they did. And they've been fucking her for about 12 years now. Since meeting Jeff and them in 2001 or 2, lost my license, more beatings, robberies, lost my license. Had to move a few times because Cheryl didn't want to pay any fucking money for rent. Because we had my goddamn cousin Dawn and and her boyfriend Robert up, who threatened to kill me. In my family, if I didn't get a weed, then we had to move from Fry Avenue, where I had a 3 or 4 bedroom pad, over to Creekside Mobile Home Park, where we were thrown out by the fucking landlord because there was no clarity regarding my staying there, and etc. The cheating accelerated. Then moving from Creekside, we had to move to Lakeland Mobile Home Park in November 2004. From November 2004, we lived there from 2004 until November of 2009. Why did we move there in 2009? It was because I had my face broken and a gun in my mouth. I was thrown out of the house by Cheryl on August 9th, 2009. I went to the Lotawana bar where I was drugged, and then I was beaten by some gangbangers in the park because I was accused of viewing someone in the nude because Cheryl was cheating and I was emotionally drunk at the time. Being emotionally drunk is bad. I don't recommend going with anybody out of your class to anybody ever. I don't recommend letting your mom control you, especially if she's going nuts, and if she's 35 years older than you, she isn't thinking like you. Having to take care of her during the time that she's dying. As far as my future's concerned, I don't know. Everything that I had before is gone. My manuscripts, my notebooks from when I was a kid, my inventor's notebooks, my toys, even my clothes have been stolen from the apartment that I've been living in for 5 years. I don't like begging. My crowd rise isn't going to work. I'm not worried about it. Goodbye.